Welcome back. So far, we've learned about the fashion, the music, and the overall culture of the 1960s. And today, we're going to step back into the portal one more time and go and look at some of the things that were popular in the 1960s. Now, before we do that, we're going to go back over the 3 rules of time travel. And I know that you have these down pat, so you're probably going to say them before me, or you're going to skip right through this part and go straight to the time travel, which I get it. Okay, rule number 1. Say it with me now. Have a clear mission. All right. Our mission today is to build knowledge about the culture of the 1960s, which we've already done so much of, and we'll know that we've succeeded today when we can have a discussion about some of the things that we learned in this video. All right. So, rule number 2. Don't tell anyone you're from the future. Don't tell anyone you're from the future. Don't tell anyone you're from the future. Okay? We know that that can lead to some major changes, and that takes us to rule number 3, which is don't change the past. Don't change the past. Because then we'll come back to the future and everything will be messed up, and we'll have to figure it out and explain how we messed up the future. So, I know you got it, right? Awesome. So, you already know that stuff. You know Alice Flowerbottom is impatient, so we better get to it before she gets upset. You ready? Let's go.
What took you guys so long? I was about to peel out. Well, happy to have you back. Let's groove. Loading up the time portal, headed to the 1960s. Welcome back. You know we're all about peace and love here in the 60s, but we're also about some other things. Come on, let me show you. Surfing became super popular here in the 60s. The smiley face was even invented. We used it all the time. We love tie-dye. I mean, it's to die for. Am I right? We were all about some flower power here. We love to play here in the 60s. Our favorite toys are the G.I. Joe, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Troll Dolls, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Hot Wheels, Mousetrap, Barbie, and Legos. Here's the telephones we used to call everyone with. To talk to someone, we had to call them, write them, send them a telegram, or go see them. There was no texting or email. We talked about all the happening artists and genres of music that are popular here in the 60s. Here's what we listened to those tunes on: a phonograph for our vinyl records, and a radio. Household appliances became more common, like toasters and dishwashers. Television got huge. This was back when we had to stand up and go turn the knob, and there was only about 7 channels. Some of the most popular shows were The Brady Bunch, Batman, Bewitched, The Andy Griffith Show, The Addams Family, Gilligan's Island, Star Trek, The Munsters, and Twilight Zone. But get this, in the 60s, TV wasn't on all the time. At 11 p.m. every night, the networks would play the national anthem and sign off for the night, and then the TV would go black. Crazy, right? Some popular movies were 101 Dalmatians, Planet of the Apes, The Sound of Music, West Side Story, Mary Poppins, and Breakfast at Tiffany's. Those are some of the most popular movies here in the 60s. Some of the most beloved actors were Sidney Poitier, Audrey Hepburn, John Wayne, Julie Andrews, Diane Carroll, Harry Belafonte, and Elizabeth Taylor. Cartoons drove the kids wild in the 60s. Our favorites are Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, Johnny Quest, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, the Jetsons. Last but not least, the movements of the 60s were a huge part of daily life. We have the student movement, where college students got up and advocated for themselves. We have the civil rights movement, fighting for the rights of all people. The Black Power movement, where Black individuals fought to have their voices heard and show pride in their heritage. And the women's movement. Women advocated for equal rights under the law. And the hippie movement, a movement of the youth growing up at that time. We expressed a desire for peace and love all over the world and the right to be free. Wow, I've enjoyed giving you a tour of the 60s this week. I hope you learned a lot to talk with your teacher about. I bet she's real proud of you. Peace out. Loading you back to the 2020.
Wow, that was an amazing way to end our study into the culture and major events of the 1960s. I learned so much from time traveling with you guys that I hope I get to do it again, and I hope we get to discuss a lot of the things that we learned this week together again later. How do you think learning more about the 1960s helps you understand the book that we're reading, One Crazy Summer, just a little bit better? Let me know. Right. See you later, guys. Or should I say, peace out.